From the first joint at 14, I was just obsessed with it straight away. Probably addicted straight away. It was just a total nightmare really, and I didn't add it up. It's like 28 years of active addiction, and it just got worse and worse and worse. It was alcohol and cannabis for a long time. I'd had other drugs, you know, here and there, trips and things, you know, partying and stuff, but then I just swapped it. Cocaine just took over and it just ruined. Nothing else mattered. I just took it when I didn't want it. It just destroyed me really, destroyed me mother and father. My brothers didn't want to know me, it must have hurt them, but they were angry. And I just wanted to stop taking cocaine. I knew I had a real bad drink problem in my 20s. That's what I called it, a drink problem. I didn't even think about the word alcoholic. So I knew, I always thought I'll stop next week, I'll stop tomorrow, but when the cocaine, I loved it at first, but I knew it was killing me, it was taking everything off me, and I wanted to stop, but I didn't. I kept using, felt like I had to, so I didn't think much about it, but I knew it was killing me and the people around me. So, but eventually I got so low and desperate that I told my mother, because I thought if I had a child who was as messed up as I was, I'd want to know about it. And I told my mother. It took a lot of courage and it near killed her. So that was one of the hardest things I've ever done, was to actually get honest. I just carried on really, using cocaine and drinking, until it got really just unbearable. And then I'd always held the job down. I've got a good trade and I'd always held the job down, but I started losing my job. And I don't think it was because of my work, it was because of the way I was. I didn't speak to anyone, I was always miserable. And I concentrated on my job because it took me away from all the debt I was in, the lies, the shame and the guilt. But eventually I kept losing my job, and I got the bus into town, phoned the girl in the lighthouse and asked her, begged her, could she try and get me into Shaw? Because I just couldn't go on. It was like a lifeline, to know that there was a place I could go for help. Because my mum and dad, my family and friends didn't know anything, how to help me. They wanted to. The doctor couldn't help me. And it was just great to know that there was a place I could go to. I'd been suggested at Lighthouse to go to meetings as well and stuff. And I went to one. And I just couldn't stay clean long enough to get to a meeting. So to find out there was a place for me to go was just unbelievable. And I had my assessment, I was accepted, offered a place on the programme. But I had to come back the following week and give a clean drug test to start the programme, and I couldn't do that. And it went on for weeks. I couldn't stay clean for the few days it took to give a clean test. I couldn't stop using. So it was terrible, because I felt like there was help there and I couldn't reach it. I felt like I was swimming against the tide, but eventually the manageress here, who I didn't even know, total stranger, passed a message to me to come in every day for support. And as soon as I give a clear test, I can start the programme, and that meant the world to me, just to know that somebody wanted me to get clean. Like, my parents had offered me a place to live with them, and I used to come out of here and go home feeling really good that I was on the road to recovery. And my parents, they're not addicts or alcoholics, or and I felt good going back to their home, knowing that I'd been here. Like I don't know, I always felt dirty and horrible in the past. But to go back to this lovely house after coming here, I don't know, I just felt good. And then I'd sit at home and do my diaries and the work assignments that we were given from shop, and it was good. I just went straight home, and I didn't get a lot of temptation really. It was from here to my parents' house. When I look back now, I think I thought I knew it all when I graduated. And that was just my probably arrogance and stuff. I did learn a lot in Shaw, but I didn't take, it was all a bit of a whirlwind, and my graduation was really emotional. I had a lot of family and stuff here. But I just knew I still had a long way to go, but what I'd learned in Shaw was to turn up for life, maybe, more than anything, not to run away and to try and face my responsibilities.